Hi, welcome to this video. We're going to install ArcoLinux 1909.1 and then later on tell what's new. So how do you install ArcoLinux? You're first gonna get it, right? So we have these shortcuts, Ctrl-Alt-V, which is Firefox, and V is Vivaldi, and so on and so on. I'm gonna close all the other tabs because a lot of tabs are coming open on my other screen. Moving over here. And what you do, if you don't know, then you go to ArcoLinux and download, I suppose, and then you see download arcolinux.info. You go there and you see here the menu. Donate if you can, yes please, and what ISO to choose. Go and have a look, but for let's say 80-90% you are on the left part where the Linux kernel is going to work on your hardware. Otherwise you use the Linux LTS kernel. So how to choose an ISO, more explanation if you want. There's a SourceForge, but at this point in time, it's now September the 12th. We have not released the 1909 here. We did put it already on seed host because we have a group of people, let's go there, and it's called AAG. So if you go one level up, you see here the ISOs. These are this is the official place, but you see it's still the July version. Just kill here this ISO part in URL and you're one level up, and then you go to the AAG, which is the ArcoLinux auditing group. So at some point in time before the official release, we release this version in here, and that means that we have tested this as ArcoLinux team. Our beta testers, official beta testers, have tested this, and now we give it to the community to test it. So if anything wrong should happen at this point in time, we can still recall everything and say, okay, no official release. But so it has not happened before. So normally everything just works because we tested so thoroughly that it's also good here. So what happens? It just moves from here to the other folder. That's it. So we're gonna test this new version, ArcoLinux version 1909.1, so the LTS and LTS. So two versions, but we're gonna use the regular version, the normal Linux kernel. There's no issue here on my systems with it. So let's wait for the download to come. Let's also see at the speed of the thing, which is okay, 25 megabytes per second. That's quite fast. So this depends on your what you pay for your connection on the internet. So you always get you're maxed out. Let's say you can only go as fast as your internet service provider lets you. As simple as that. And let's wait for the download to finish. All right, the download is finished. So that's the first part. Get the ISO. Second part is burning the ISO actually, and in ArcoLinux we have this application, and it's actually from Mint. So this is the little box you get, USB image writer. It's actually Mint stick that's working in the background. You say, okay, I want to write what this one is, and then I'm going to write it somewhere. So you put in a USB, it pops up, you click on it, give your password, that's it. Because we're recording, we're of course going to launch, and we're going to launch this one. We are experimenting with a new setting. These days we're discussing on Discord if we should set it to VBox SVGA. So my videos in the past told you to put it on this one and never on that one. We should try that as well sometime. This works, but this seems to work as well. So it has something to do with enabled 3D acceleration that's going to disappear. So the only thing we can do is just try it out, test, and this feels good, so I'm going to try it out again. So the settings these days on the VirtualBox, maybe we can go over it as well. More or less middle, but as you see, now these days I take 5 out of 16, not just the middle, so 8. Processor, yes, 50-50. I enable PAENX, that's this one, okay. And this is unchanged. Display all maxed out, so I used to do it in the middle, trying new settings now, and VBox SVGA, enable 3D, and that's it. That's all I've touched. That's all good. So that's my template. I'm gonna clone it. I'm gonna call it ArcoLinux 19.09. That's that, and we're gonna put it in. So choose disk image. We have here the ArcoLinux, this one. Double click. Now we just wait, okay? So then the pop-up comes. Depends what you choose in VirtualBox. If it thinks it's a grub, it needs a grub in the sense, MS-DOS partition or an EFI partition of a boot up system. So it thinks now it's going to be an older machine, not an EFI, and we boot up. This is the fastest on VirtualBox, by the way. EFI always takes like a minute to boot up, so that's not really interesting to make videos. So when you boot up, by the way, on a virtual machine it takes long, but not on a real metal, of course. Don't show this message. Yeah, okay, fine. Welcome to ArcoLinux installer. The standard installer boots up. It's calamares. We're still working on going for the next release. I think it's 3.2.13 that's available, but they have changed quite a lot of code, so we need to figure out what to do next. So maybe complete information in the sense that you can choose your language here, which is going to change this look. So how this is actually going. So this is, I don't know what kind of language, but it just changes. And here we have American English. I think we had that one. So you choose whatever language you want to have. These things will change, not all of it, but well, that's the idea, that it's comprehensible in your language. This is a GeoIP. It means that it's going to figure out in what part of the world it is, but sometimes the servers are down and you see New York. So you just pin it to the place you can, and if you can't pin it, and then you just choose your drop down here, which is Europe for me and Brussels. Okay, so that's the system language. That's important for you. So depending on what you chosen, it's gonna say, okay, American English, United States, but can you change it again here? Okay, lots of choices. The numbers and dates locale, the same thing, can be changed here as well. So okay, fine, you can change it. Let's quickly show you. And then next, this is critical for me. I need to have my AZERTY keyboard here. So you see what's going to happen to my keyboard. This is my keyboard I'm using, I've bought, right? So this should be exactly the same. Next, I'm choosing for an erase disk. There is nothing to erase, it's a VirtualBox, but if you have partitions, then everything's going to be cleaned. And no swap is necessary for me, but you can go for no hibernate. You can go for swap with hibernate, and you see the yellow part, the swap part, becoming bigger. So that's okay. And no swap. These things, you can change these things, but normally everything is okay. This is needed if you have a very complex system with a lot of partitions, but normally you stay off it. You don't change it. What's your name? Okay, that's Eric. And fine, we're gonna call it ArcoLinux. So this can be called anything really, it doesn't really matter. That's your name of your computer in your network. A nice password, very complex. And then you want to log in automatically without asking for a password, if you want to, and use the same password if you want to. Again, those are personal choices. Next, install, and wait. So this is the critical part here. Maybe it's a good time at this point in time. This, like I said, this is critical, partitioning. And partitioning, well, has been explained, and I want you to point you if you have a problem with calamares. Well, let's see what Google finds. If you have a problem with calamares, then, oh my god, I still have AZERTY, that's strange. Did I not set it right? Of course, we do love Bing. So let's get rid of that. That was sarcastic, yes. So ArcoLinux, okay. ArcoLinux calamares. Like so. Google did find something, but the most important one is that one. And that's pretty at the bottom, which is not so good. All you ever wanted to know about calamares. I'm gonna keep updating this text. So there's a long list of all articles, but I guess this is that one we need. Voila, okay. And then you can have a look at all the knowledge with sharing. It's a very complex world, all these partitionings and all these formatting and all that, and how to get rid of errors and so on and so on. It's a lot of knowledge being shared here. I think it was 30 plus already videos of how to work with calamares, how to understand calamares, what the technical part is behind it, and such things. So a lot of information, and also complex stuff like encryption is in here. So encryption does work, but not everything you'd like to do. I mean, these things I've put in here do work. An EFI, easy encryption with no use of swap, and so on. But some of the things, when you get it, when you make it very, very complex, it says, okay, don't get it. So calamares is free. It's not from us, it's not from ArcoLinux, it's free. It's for every Linux system. It's been developed for free, and well, the development team, it's taking its time. It needs to watch out for updates as well. Sometimes we get these updates and, well, you have to adapt, as simple as that, which means patience and wait until they figure out, hey, how to solve an issue that then comes up with the update. So all's good if you know where it is. So the calamares series, all you ever needed to know about calamares, it's all here. Applications, calamares. Okay. All right. No, I have to keep talking. Here it is. All the articles we have about calamares. And sometimes I put on fixes here, but fixes get fixed, right? I mean, we report the problem to the GitHub of calamares and it gets fixed, and so it means that some of these articles are already, well, obsolete, they are fixed, but they're still here. All right, let's pause the video. All right, it's finished, and we're gonna restart. Now, if we are on a real machine, you pull out your USB. In this case, we should actually pull out our ISO in a VirtualBox, but you can just leave it there and just boot existing OS. That's also the same thing. And now we've installed our system. The auto login is working on XFCE. On several desktops these days it's working, and I'll explain that in what's new video. So this is just the video. Okay, here it is. You can install ArcoLinux. These are all the options, some tips about the calamares installer, and now it's up to you to, well, explore the first ArcoLinux ISO, maybe XFCE, OpenBox i3, but there are, let's count, 11 other desktops you can explore, and it's possible with ArcoLinux D or the B version. All right, enjoy.